Good day, YouTube. This is J Money with Falling Forward Financial. Who's buying AT&T today? I had a feeling this would happen. I wish I would have sold out of mine yesterday and rebought back in, but I don't watch this one that close. I made a video about it yesterday, and the thought was in the back of my mind, but of course I didn't do it. But for the last week, it's been trading kind of above the $32 mark, and had this nice run up yesterday to $33.71. I haven't seen it that high in quite some time, and just kept slipping down. An option on this one would have been a pretty good deal, but didn't do that either. So you could have got in here at first opening today at $28.98, so it would have been close to my cost basis. Could have made a couple dollars there, but anyway, that's unfortunate for AT&T. When it goes up, it usually doesn't last, and so I've heard talks of them cutting their dividend, and quite a few different things about going on with them, so we'll wait and see what happens. But AT&T, ticker T, still have my 16 at $28.59. If you don't know what AT&T is, feel free to pause and go over the rest there for yourself. Like I said, I just made a video about them yesterday, and I think one last Friday as well. It's still showing a 6.45 dividend yield. Watch that here in the days, weeks to come. I've heard that's going to be cut in half, but I haven't heard the final say so on it yet. Average volume on it is 49 million. I think I just looked and the volume was like 100 million. Don't quote me on that. I'd have to double check it again. But market cap is 211 billion, and I'm sure that took a cut here in the last couple of hours. And now it's showing a hold. I'd have to review my other video and see what it said there. But so the last time I got a dividend was here on the 2nd at 52 cents a share, or $2.08 per share per year. And what I did here, so if it's a 7% dividend, I heard that's going to get cut in half, but I haven't heard the final quote, so I'm still watching and researching this one. A lot of people hold this one just for the dividend, but we'll wait and see what all happens with this one. Here it might say something, and then I have some other information to go over as well on this one. While that's coming up, we'll go over here and check. MSN currently showing this one as a hold, and AT&T cutting its dividend and spinning off Warner Media. Here's how much the stock might be worth, and this is just stated here today. So actually a couple hours ago. Biggest loser in the S&P 500 on Tuesday, a day after announcing a mega deal to shed its media assets and focus on its 5G. And that's another reason why I've continued to hold this one, is the 5G fiber internet telecom core strategic refocus was seen as a positive by investors and analysts. But it comes at a cost of the dividend cut after the proposed spinoff closes. Worse still, it doesn't solve all the company's problems. So we'll just have to wait and see. Like I said, made a video about this one. So it looks like it was down to a 30. It was actually lower than that after dropping 2.7. Shares of Discovery, which will combine with Warner Media, reversed an earlier decline to trade up about 1%, recovering on Monday. And so that's what they're going to be trying to build their big platform with Discovery and all the other channels. You can view all that in my other videos. The deal will provide AT&T with $43 billion in cash and other assets to pay down debt, which is a major concern with a lot of people on AT&T, is why they won't touch AT&T. But I've always been into it for the dividend, but now I'll have to sit back and see what happens with the dividend on this one. So estimates of at least $20 billion in 2023. AT&T said it would reset its dividend as part of the transaction to a payout ratio of about 40% of free cash, which management estimates at least $20 billion in 2023. That's quite a ways off for some dividend investors who hold this one. Just for that dividend, on my video that I think I made on Friday, an individual put that he just bought in on the dip, I think like 5,600 shares, and wants to get it up to 12,000 shares of AT&T, which I think is just huge, but more power to him. I call him Mr. T now for the ticker is T for Mr. AT&T, but so I don't know what his thoughts are on all of this, but I have Verizon. I feel it's good to diversify into all of them. I have Verizon, T-Mobile, AT&T, my biggest holding. But feel free to pause and go over the rest of this information here for yourself. But this kind of goes over Warner Media. Discovery will bring HBO Max and Discovery under one roof, which could be huge. So maybe they'll pull out of it in a 6-12 months. It's hard to say, but I had about 30 to 50 shares here in Robinhood when they did the HBO Max deal, and I was like, oh, I've never seen it hit 31, I'm just going to sell. And so at that time I did, but unfortunately this time I did not. So if you have AT&T, go ahead and list that in the comments along with your cost basis and how many shares, and see if you can beat the other subscriber that listed a comment in my last Friday's video of 5,611 shares, I think it was. I think I figured that out to be about 10 grand a year in dividends. I'd have to double check that again, but that's just off the top of my head, but that's definitely going to change since they're cutting it. And this is 28 minutes ago. Worst day in 11 months as future dividend cut viewed as somewhat surprising. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens with that. So, company disclosed that it could be resizing its dividend after the $43 billion closes, as AT&T will seek a target of 40% to 43% payout ratio on upward of $20 billion in free cash flow. So maybe it's not a done deal. Maybe they'll see the stock price drop and not drop it, or not drop it as drastically as what they were. As if I was retired and had AT&T as part of my income, I'd be pissed. So, but that's always the risk you take with stocks. Always the risk you take with dividend stocks. That's why it's always good to be diversified. But I've always liked AT&T, so they've always had that nice, fat, juicy dividend. Feel free to pause as I slowly scroll through here, but AT&T is still a huge company, and so we'll see what happens with it. So there's a whole rating of 30 price target on AT&T shares. It's always been around 30. A couple months ago, when I was buying into it, I felt lucky if you could get it below $29 price. And I think at the end of February, I bought it for like $27.99. I wish I would have bought more and sold out of it yesterday, but not always the case. Not much. We'll check out stock twits. So 26.35 for the low, 33.88. That might have been yesterday, I'm assuming. I believe we are creating real value for shareholders and a legacy investment for my grandkids. Does that mean it's going to take that long to see a profit on this thing? Good question. Track record, recommend buy Tesla at 900, Zoom 500, Nvidia at 600. Assuming that's Apple, I'm not for sure. Snowflake. Need I say more? Let's Makes 0 cents. Almost all the experts on my not much other. A lot of talk about Apple here, comparing it to AT&T. Apple's down a little bit too, so another one of my long-term investments. So might have to look at buying some of it. But currently at $29.56, and this is showing a projected analyst price target of 31, high of 36, low of 24. So. Like I said, if you have AT&T, go ahead and leave that in the comments along with your cost basis. I think this is about my cost basis in my other retirement account where I just let it set and on drip and let the drip go towards the shares and keep building that up. So might have to take a look at that after I see the next what they end up doing with the dividend. So I just got this one, so next one I'm assuming would be in September. That's one thing I was going to look up to see exactly. So February, May, maybe it'll be August, November. So probably August is the next one. But that's all I have on AT&T. If you haven't smashed the like button yet, go ahead and hit that for me, as well as subscribing. That would really help out the channel. And hit that bell so you're notified of when the next videos drop. Again, this is J Money, Falling Forward Financial. Happy trading, happy investing, stay green. Cheers.